Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. We also examine the worlds of education and workplace ethics. My name is Breakaway Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations and breaking away from the one we're in now. Today is July 29th, 2025, and you've tuned in for a tarot throw today. But first, I'm going to show you some books. The title of today's show is Breakaway Ray's Subconscious Breaks Away. Let's go to the tarot cam. First up, Hypnosis and Power Learning by Pierre Clement, who is a certified hypnotherapist. As you can see by the title, Mr. Clement is well versed in all the powers of the subconscious and how to reprogram the mind to work more effectively. This book is from the 1970s, and what I find is that there has to be rediscovery of the subconscious sciences every decade because there is hardly any continuous study of this stuff by the greater establishment and the media in general, for example. Why aren't these things taught in an elementary school? Next up, it's Dolores Cannon's book, Conversations with Nostradamus. I checked the first book out of the library, then I bought Volume 2 and Volume 3. Nostradamus was the famous French seer and prophet and also a doctor from a couple of hundred years ago. Meanwhile, Dolores Cannon was a hypnotherapist in the 20th century. Both were experts in the subconscious and found a way to communicate so that Dolores could write the books, for one. That's one reason why they communicated. This was my introduction to the subconscious and the world of the subconscious, and then I read some more of her books, including The Custodians. And in this book, she has a client who recognizes during hypnotic trances that he has an alien counterpart who shares his consciousness. He has a spaceship, as a matter of fact, that's parked in orbit, keeping an eye on things while he's enjoying life as a TV repairman. Next up, Dolores Cannon's very famous Convoluted Universe book series. I checked the first one out of the library, then I bought book 2, book 3, book 4, oh yeah, and I got book 5 too. I didn't just buy them, boys and girls, I read them all, of course. So this told me a lot about the subconscious and how it works because all of these books are basically transcripts of Ms. Cannon's sessions with people who are in trance and they're communicating with their higher selves and other personas that they've had in other lifetimes. Pretty fascinating stuff. Now I take this opportunity to remind everyone that I am not only Breakaway Ray, but I am R. Snow, author of the Convoluted Autobiography. And what does this book and all the books by Dolores Cannon have in common? The star of the show is the subconscious. Want to know where else the subconscious is the star? When you're throwing tarot cards. Now, I am rather new to tarot cards. I really only took it up last March, which makes it about 4 months. But I find that the messages I receive are pretty amazing, and it makes me believe that there is another consciousness out there trying to communicate with me. In fact, I believe that this other consciousness is the one I woke up with one morning telling me to name my podcast STARCARD Podcast. Of course, I took it up in March, and I also applied myself. I did a lot of work I pretty much wrote down the conversations I had with the cards. And I feel like that's an important process. You have to develop a dialogue with the cards that you're throwing, because someone's trying to tell you something and you have to make your best guess. And sometimes it helps just to write as if you are that voice trying to talk to you through the cards. But again, I'm showing you, I've got quite a few notes. I've applied myself maybe an hour or so, maybe even more a day, just to writing and throwing cards and learning more. So you might say to yourself, I don't have that kind of time. I'm a working person and I'm lucky I can sit on the couch and chill. And I don't blame you. But at the same time, life is short, and if this is something you want to try and explore, it opens up many doors to you. And so now, let's put the books away and take out the cards. So normally I don't like to throw tarot cards like this on STARCARD Podcast. I'd rather do it on the companion channel called Tarot with Breakaway Ray. But in this case, I feel like someone's telling me to do this on STARCARD Podcast. After all, we have some subscribers out there who want to hear from Breakaway Ray and watch him throw tarot cards. So I'm pretty sure that my subconscious has a message for everybody who's tuning in today, or if you're a subscriber. So let's see what the cards have to say. One of the tricks I learned from watching other people on social media throw tarot cards is that you have to learn how to pray. So I like to say an affirmation or make a request with great intention. I try to put polished stuff on STARCARD Podcast and save this fun kind of tarot throwing for the other companion channel, Tarot with Breakaway Ray, but I haven't been throwing a lot of tarot cards over there either. I know here on STARCARD Podcast I've got some subscribers, and I'm pretty sure that my subconscious has a message for you, which is why I was driven to do this unusual thing, break away from my routine, and go ahead and throw cards on STARCARD. So I hope that this reading is for all the subscribers and anyone who tunes in. How about that Four of Cups? I guess we're going to be talking about him in a little bit. So this is for all subscribers and anyone tuning in. And I'm hoping it's not just for me, but something that I noticed is that when I watch other people on social media throwing tarot cards, they tend to throw the same cards that I throw at home, and they get a slightly different message or a slightly different reading, but it's the same cards. So I think it's people who have the same energy tune in, and so therefore I think that even though some of the messages may be for me, it may be for all of us. We're all hanging out together. So let's see what happens here. Please show us what our subscribers and people viewing today, whenever that day is for them, please show us what they need to see. Please tell us what they need to hear, especially about the subconscious. After all, that's our theme today. If you have a message about the subconscious, we're listening. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. Thank you. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear, especially about the subconscious. Thank you. I know that there's a message for us here. All right, that's quite a lot of cards. And actually, I was flipping them in a different order, so I think I got to switch these two groups. No, I saw. Hang on. All right. I'm not worried about upside down cards. There we go. So what I have here are pictures that are going to give us sentences, and maybe they give us short little paragraphs for whatever this message is that my subconscious is so eager to share with everyone who's tuning in today. Let's see what we got going. I have the Seven of Cups. Indicates variety, lots of things going on. Remember, the theme is the subconscious, right? Next up, it's the Ace of Wands. There's magic in the air. And the Ten of Pentacles, that indicates wealth. Okay, so I have my magnifying glass, and when I read the Ten of Pentacles, it says wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. So I'm going to say that if you're talking about the subconscious can bring you all kinds of wealth. It can contribute, and you should all be considering it for long-term success. We'll go back and reread this sentence later. Let's take a look at row number 2. All right, the Seven of Wands. You can see that guy is battling. He's got a lot of foes, but at the same time, he has the higher ground. The Seven of Wands card reads challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, and maintaining control. Perhaps maintaining control and protection are the reasons why you most want to learn more about the subconscious and how it works and how to program yourself for success and shed any kind of old programming that doesn't work anymore. Oh, look, we got some more pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles talks about having a long-term view. It also says hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, and it's an investment. So you start learning about the subconscious and you work hard at it, there's going to be results for sure. And the Wheel of Fortune card says there's good luck, there's karma, there's life cycles and destiny, there's a turning point, there's change, inevitable fate, there's ups and downs, and things can be unpredictable. But when you're thinking of the subconscious and you're relating it to the 2 cards we just looked at, maybe, the short story is you can make your own luck. And that's true. You can make your own luck when you work with the subconscious. It's kind of like asking your personal or domestic home artificial intelligence to remind you to take care of things or to take care of things for you. So your subconscious is more powerful than your home AI system. And then finally, oh yay, the Page of Swords, who says there's new ideas and curiosity, there's a thirst for knowledge, but there's new ways of communicating. So this really reads nicely for learning about the subconscious. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of challenge, but you have the higher ground. You're working hard for the long haul to create your own luck with a new way of communicating. Of course, you're communicating to yourself, your subconscious. So we will go back and reread the whole thing. I can do that same thing up here with this first sentence. Let's flip these cards down here because I can't wait. All right, next. It's the Knight of Wands. He's filled with energy. He's heading right toward the mission. Oh, yay, the Two of Cups. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then finally, all right, there's a nice message here of, the old American dream. You work hard and good things will happen to you. So let's go through and I'll share with you what I think the cards had to say today. First of all, when you're talking about the subconscious, the world is your oyster. It can open up many things and you can do magic. The Ace of Wands also says that it's a new project. There's an urge to create. There's willpower, desire, power, potential, beginnings, and new opportunities and growth. It's so promising. The world is your oyster. It's offering you everything, and you have the magic to make it happen. And then, not only that, it's not a one-trick deal. If you apply yourself, it can last your life long and probably beyond, right? So the Ten of Pentacles says wealth and financial security can bring you all that you desire. Meanwhile, if you get to work on it and you have the long-term view, you're going to get lucky and you're going to have a new way of communicating with your subconscious to make things happen for you in a good way. Finally, the Knight of Wands says energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless. Well, yeah, you are having an adventure when you learn about your subconscious, which leads me to the Two of Cups, which talks about a partnership. And what I like about it for me is that it looks like people are talking on the phone in a way in a split screen. And this is like a punctuation mark from the spirit world saying, this is a message from me, the spirit world, to all of you. So we thank them for the message. And then the message closed with the Eight of Pentacles. That guy's working hard over there. You know, you don't get, you basically have to control your own energy, right? You have to apply your energy toward what your goal is and help your subconscious along with that so that you can work together. And then, you know, you're going to end up right back up here with the Ten of Pentacles. You're not going to do it, you know, it's not a lottery ticket, right? And you don't want a lottery ticket. You want to be able to do this on command for as long as you can. You don't want a one-time deal. Anyway, that's what the cards seem to say this first time around. Shall we go for a second round? The first time around talked about empowering ourselves through the subconscious and learning about it and admitting that it's going to take some work. So let's see if there's another message about the subconscious for us today. All right, I'm already having fun. You know, maybe I'm kind of new at this stuff. I'm sure that there's some people tuning in right now who have a lot more advanced study in the subconscious. I wonder if the entity sending these messages to us today wants to broaden our education and give us a direction. They already told us how to use the subconscious to help. Maybe they like to focus our attention someplace. So let's ask the tarot cards if they would like to tell us something. Please show us what you want to tell us. Please show us what you want us to see. Please tell us what you want us to hear. Ooh, this card slipped out. See? Check that out. If you throw tarot cards, you know that's pretty cool that the Fool card, which is the very first card of the tarot deck, dropped out there. Put that guy back in. Please show us what you want to show us. Please tell us what you want to tell us about the subconscious and where we should apply our attention. Thank you. Thank you for these fun messages for us to think about. All right, I hope everyone's going to have a good day. I know out here where I am in California, the weather's going to be perfect. I'm probably going to go swimming later on. Meanwhile, oh, I saw. Okay, we just had the Seven of Pentacles before. I know, I'm talking about going swimming. I've got some work to do first. Okay, so please show us what you want to show us. Please tell us what you want to tell us to help us focus our attention and learning about the subconscious. Thank you. All right, I know I got some groups to shift here. Okay. All right, let's see what the cards would like to tell us about the subconscious and where to apply our attention. First up, the Empress indicates that we're in a good spot, kind of like grandma's house at the holidays. There's warmth and comfort and nothing to worry about. And meanwhile, there's the Ace of Swords, which is, as much as anything, a tool. for precision. And PA, I wish I was playing poker. I just got 2 aces. Here's the Ace of Pentacles, which indicates a beginning, and which could also indicate the beginning of a new financial opportunity. Wonderful. Great. I guess in a way they're saying focus on a goal, even though the aces indicate the kind of like the beginning. It's also, the zenith of what you want. The aces are. So focus on a goal from a comfortable spot. So you're getting to manifest. Okay, next up, strength. The strength card. Yeah, be strong. Part of being strong is, again, not wasting your energy. When you think about a boxer or a martial artist, they don't have wasted movements. So don't waste your thought energy. If you really want to be strong, just let all the other stuff that's bothering you sit aside for a few minutes so that you can focus on speaking to your subconscious in an adult manner in a productive way. Next up, hey, anybody else seeing the same message here? I got the 7 of Pentacles. Long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, investment. Yeah, you are investing energy, your best energy. Good, to make this happen. Next up, I love this card. It's the Page of Cups. He's the pleasant surprise guy. It says here, creative opportunities, intuitive messages, right? Intuitive messages, subconscious, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, new love. Hey, whoever's throwing these cards for us, they're teaching us some really nice lessons. Next up, how about 2 pages? Got the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords says, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. And by the way, didn't we see this card the last time around? This is why I wanted to do more than one throw. This is what happens when I throw cards. The same cards come back up, and again, 2 aces, 2 pages. We're doing pretty good. I don't know if they have like tarot in Vegas. I don't see how that would work. Let's go to the last row. The 2 of Pentacles. He indicates multiple priorities, many things going on. Another message, by the way, of 2 of Pentacles is you can have it all. Next up, it's the Moon. And the Moon is a card that's representative of the subconscious. Let's read what it says. Illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, the subconscious, and premonitions. It says subconscious right on the card. And then finally, the 2 of Swords, which is a crossroads card. For example, when we review the whole message here about where to apply our attention, you will then be at a crossroads. You have the tools you need to make the best decision, but you notice that the woman is blindfolded. She may not have all the information she needs to make the decision yet. Well, because you haven't done all the work, really. You need to develop that channel with your subconscious and learn how to communicate with it. By the way, in the description, I posted a link to just one person who is excellent at this, and she was on James Rink's supersoldiertalk.com show, so I'm happy to post that link in the description. Check out some of the other fun links I put in there, but be careful about the very last one, I'd say. Anyway, let's read one more time what the message was about applying our attention when learning about the subconscious. First of all, the Empress says, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. Again, makes me feel like grandma's house during the holidays. So comfortable, nothing could possibly go wrong. And you could feel grandma's love in the house, right? You could probably smell it whenever she's baking. Meanwhile, the Ace of Swords says, mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. Look at that. So, like they always say when you learn about manifesting, first of all, you have the Empress card, which indicates that you should put yourself as if you are at grandma's house for the holidays. You're filled with good feelings, and you can feel grandma's love throughout the house, and you can smell it in whatever she's baking. Then you can use the Ace of Swords with your mental clarity and your new ideas for breakthroughs and success and new opportunities, including new careers and new financial opportunities. And this is true. We're not just talking about small time manifestation. You can have a breakthrough and create a whole new life. All you got to do is take away some of the programming that your body and your subconscious are following that doesn't help you, and remove it. Meanwhile, as you're learning to speak to your subconscious and you're strengthening your energy and your communication by only focusing on that at the right time, the theta wave is what we're talking about. For those of you familiar with that, when you get your theta wave state, it's much easier to create new realities and to manifest things even over the long run. And you can have a long-term success, but also you can have a pleasant, happy surprise right away. Manifestation takes place right away when you get really good at this. And then, here's your second page, the Page of Swords, and he's all about the new ways of communicating. Finally, you can have it all through the subconscious. And when you get there, you'll have all the tools that you need to make a good decision and to make things happen, even if you don't see everything the way you might today. Okay, we have to apply ourselves. So that was another nice reading. And so now, without so much focus, let's finish up with one more shuffle, one more reading, just for fun, until I get to hang out with you again next time. So let's give them a shuffle. We're going to say goodbye to our friends who are viewing us today, our subscribers. We're going to thank them for subscribing. How about you send us off with a nice message today? Thank you so much for sending us good instructions about speaking with our subconscious. I hope that today's Tarot Throw and Star Card Podcast brings a little cheer to your day and gives you something to think about. Okay. Thank you very much for the information today. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm sure you want to say goodbye to us. Any last messages? Any last messages for our friends, our viewers, our subscribers? Any fun messages to take away? I hope I get to see everyone again sometime. Tune back in the star card. Okay, we're going to do that thing when I flip the cards around. There we go. Hey, I hope everyone has a great day. Meanwhile, let's see what the tarot cards have to say, by the way. Hey, it's the Justice card. Oh, that's righteous. Have a righteous day, everybody. The Seven of Swords, something's hidden. Or perhaps our message that we share today is just between us. Hey, it's our friend Ace of Pentacles again. It's a brand new start for everybody. Just by tuning in, right? Learning something new. You guys saw I shuffled. Hey, it's the Star Card. Star Card Podcast. Nice. See, this makes me think that we got to look back at this card again when this card shows up like that. Next up, how about another page? The Page of Wands. The Lovers. See, it's getting pretty intense here. Hey, we saw this guy before, right? You can have it all. I can't wait to go back to this row. And then the goodbye message. Four of Swords indicates meditation or rest. And this guy is like the opposite. It's the Knight of Swords. And he says, da-na-na-na-na-na, charge. So, here's what I think is going on. there's a reason why most of us don't know about the subconscious. And it's by design, right? Because that's the way our society has been designed to hide this from us. Because if we knew how this worked, we would all be able to work much better together and we would all have much happier lives. But that's not what some people want to happen. So why not get justice? Access what's hidden. Give yourself a new life. The Star Card. Hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, rejuvenation. Okay, Star Card. Hope, rejuvenation, Page of Wands, inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, freedom. Now, the Lover's card is so wonderful, but this is, for me, another, it's like the Two of Cups card, where I told you the Two of Cups guys look like they're talking to each other on the phone in a split screen. But the Lover's card for me is also a way for me to say, I think that the world beyond, the spiritual world, loves me and sends this message to me. In this case, everybody, the spiritual world loves us, and that's why they're helping us today, and they're sending us these blessings about a new beginning and having faith and hope and starting anew, because you can have it all. You can live your workaday life, and you can still access your subconscious in the morning on a hike or a short walk. You can do these things and build them into your day, and you can change your life. So meanwhile, here's the funny message for us to go forward. Everyone rest and take it easy, and then get out there and go. All right, that was a fun read. Thanks a lot.